In my last video, I've asked my lovely viewers to send me short clips of themselves speaking or saying something in English if they want some help with their accents. I actually wasn't expecting anyone to respond to me, so thank you so much for everyone who's taken up my offer and has actually sent me their videos. So this is part 1 of the review series. If you want to be featured in future episodes of this series, go now and film a short video of yourself saying or speaking something in English and send it to the email address in the description box below. If it's your first time here, hi, my name is Yuki. I'm a lawyer and YouTuber based in Hong Kong, and English is my second language. Okay, now onto the meat of this video. So this first submission is from Hui from Vietnam. Let's have a listen.
Yesterday, I went to the beach to swim and snorkel. I spent the whole day playing in the water. It made me think of all the other ways water is important in my life. I drink water, of course. My parents tell me I should drink 8 glasses every day. Sometimes I use water to boil my eggs or oatmeal for breakfast. After I eat, I wash the dirty dishes in water.
Thank you, Hui, for submitting your clip. First of all, I'd like to say I find your accent very clear and easy to understand. Like I said in the last video, this is really the only thing that matters, so kudos to you. Here are 6 features that I'd like to share about your accent. Number 1, using a short vowel in place of a diphthong. Diphthongs are vowels made with 2 vowels stuck together, so your mouth moves through from one vowel to another vowel to form a complete sound. Examples include a, oi, or I. So a as in made. Your mouth moves from a to e, so it's a, made. So in your clip, you've used the words made and ate. So these are words I'd normally pronounce with an a sound, so made, ate. I noticed that in your clip you use simple vowel sound instead of this a diphthong. So made sounds more like mid, and ate sounds more like it. You hear the difference? So made, mid, ate, ate. And the same goes for the word sometimes. So the word sometimes features the diphthong I. So times, sometimes. I noticed that you use the vowel R instead, so it sounds more like sometimes, instead of sometimes. Number 2, using wider sounding vowels. For example, the word other, you use a longer R sound rather than the shorter, narrower sound. So you pronounce it more like other, whereas I might say other. So the R sound versus the sound. Or the word water. You've used a wider R vowel for both the beginning and the end, so you sound like water, whereas I might say water. Or the words glasses and dishes. In your clip, the ES sound almost like a long E sound, so it's dishes, glasses, whereas I might use the schwa sound for the ending, so it sounds more like glasses, dishes, instead of is. Number 3, skipping the L sound at the end of the word. For example, when you say whole day, notice that you don't really pronounce the L sound at the end of whole, so it sounds more like how. The same goes for the word tell, where you said my parents tell me, it sounds more like tell without the L, without the tongue reaching to touch the top of your mouth. And also the word boil, so you made it sound a little bit more like boy without the L sound rounding the end. Number 4, you are quite flexible with the use of the R sounds. For example, when you said snorkel, you don't really pronounce the R sound in the middle of the word. But when you said of course, you said it more like of course, so the R is very clearly audible. So I noticed that you're quite flexible with this and you don't seem to follow a particular rule. Number 5, you use the flap T. So for example, in the word water, you pronounce it something like water. So the T sound is replaced by a softer D sound, so water. And you also say dirty rather than dirty, so that is a flap T. And this feature, combined with the lack of a pronounced R sound at the end of words, does make you sound a little bit Australian. So water is an extremely interesting word. Americans may say water, the Brits may say water or water, and the Australians may say water, water. So you do sound a little bit like in the Australian camp. Number 6, you use a different SH sound. So in the word dishes, I noticed that you don't really pronounce the typical SH sound in English. Instead, you use something like a C sound, like a C in Mandarin. So you sound a bit like dishes rather than dishes. I would say the sound C comes a little bit more from the front of your mouth, whereas a typical SH sound in English is more in the middle of your mouth, and your lips do a little bit more of the work. So notice the difference between dishes and dishes. Dishes. So my lips are moving more when I'm doing the typical SH sound. Like I said in this video about transforming your accent, these are features, not mistakes. I have no problem understanding you at all with these features, so do what you will with this information, and I do hope you get that accent of your dreams. If you haven't already, go and check out my last video about transforming your accent. As always, thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.